Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Vile Matter. Our consciousness is a mirror of our experiences, with each action forming splinters across pristine surfaces, reflecting back across all manners of unknown, very unknown, because once again, we didn't get time to read it. Never mind. So, wow. This is much more professional looking than most of the trash I play, isn't it? Okay, so this is apparently a spooky psychological therapy. It's a game that breaks my tongue. It's a... well, that was easy. Oh, we're going to play that game. It's a spooky psychological thriller that apparently involves some puzzles, so there's a very good chance that this will never be seen. I'm guessing this is a thermostat. Okay, so interestingly we have wood furniture and yet also much metal. Mysterious. Out of interest. Oh, fantastic. I've been here for what? I've been here for less than 3 minutes so far and I've already broken the game entirely. Okay. I'm pressing all of the interact. Oh, there we are. Right click, not left click. My most sincere apologies. I'm a complete muppet. What does this say? I know what you are thinking. Do you? Because currently I'm thinking about my splitting headache. I somehow doubt you're thinking I'm thinking that. Anyway, will this ever end? Mate, it's barely begun. I've been wondering the same thing for a while now, and I'm beginning to have my doubts. At this point, it's as if I can feel your presence right behind me. I'm guessing you're standing right behind me, nipping at my heels. Why am I writing a letter to a chihuahua? Interesting questions. None of them will get answered, though. Part of me can't help but wonder what would happen if I just stopped and waited. The people waiting for you at the job interview would probably give the job to somebody else. Anyway, would you ever catch up? Well, given the fact that my teeth are already around your heels, I'm guessing yes, since I'm presumably not very far away. What would happen if you did? Let's not even go there. The more I run, the more you are forced to exist in my shadow, seeking revenge for this never-ending nightmare. I suppose, in a selfish way, I am hopeful that these letters will still exist by the time you come through. Maybe they'll earn me some empathy for this mutual struggle. No, who am I kidding? This is a struggle that I must overcome myself. In the end, I am alone in this nightmare, and the only person who will ever read this letter is me. That's very sad. Sounds a little bit like a stalkery letter, but never mind. What the heck is this? Okay, I can now pick this thing up. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so I can pick up varying different things. Can I interact with either of these things? With E or F? Presumably not. Okay, what's this picture? It's definitely a screen stand, but I don't really know what we're supposed to use it on, so let's ignore that for the time being. Okay, so this game described itself as putting the game back in. Strange. Weird. It described itself as putting the game back into adventure game with a fully controllable character, which seemed a little odd, but let's not count our chickens before they've hatched, as it were. Okay, so is it that I'm standing over here and it's opening? It's not, is it? It's that I'm standing on this that it's opening, isn't it? So is it my weight that's doing that? Seemingly not. Yeah, when I step on it, it is grand. The chair doesn't seem to be enough. Or is it? No, it's not. I was just standing on the edge of it. But I put some other stuff on it. Got to sort of weigh it down a bit. No, that didn't seem to work at all. Okay, so it's probably not a matter of weights. Okie dokie. Or is it? Okay, that seemed a lot easier than I expected. Wow, what puzzle you can actually work using logic. That's a bit weird. A big ball. Excellent. I've always wanted big balls, and now I have them. Absolutely marvellous. What does this say? There has always been something that perplexed me about this room. Was it the massive balls? I get the impression it's the massive trifecta of balls. But this was the first time that I really stopped and took it in. What, the balls? Goodness, he must have had a big jaw. Anyway, I stop and smell the roses type of moment that I never took before. I think this has something to do with the lighting. An odd combination of serene and haunting. Melancholy, yet it reminds me of home. A home I can't remember. Don't you just love people who write like this? Anyway, honestly, part of me could just lay down here and give in to the hopelessness. But I know that I can't. I have to keep moving, keep trying to escape. I'm just so done. I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, trust me, mate, I've been at moments like that in my life. Hi, friend, you look very jolly. Far more jolly than anything else around here. So what? Oh, there's a lip. No, there's a sheet of glass. One presumes. Okay. So these are red. Am I supposed to somehow interact with them in the right order in order to activate them? No, I thought this door had bugged initially, but no, it does actually seem to be working fine. Let me try this didgeridoo. Give me the didgeridoo, thank you. Give me the didgeridoo, thank you very much. Okay, let me try using this didgeridoo on this. It looks about right size. Okay, what if it's the balls need to be on different podiums? What if it's a matter of that? Podiums differ at all? Doesn't look like it. Is there any other signal that might imply some form of ordering? I don't see anything. I suppose we'll try moving them around a bit randomly for a moment. Ah! Aha! A little signal. There we are. And that's on there. And we'll place the final ball on the final hole. And the museum is open and we can steal the diamond. Excellent! Now we have a planet. Hello Australia, how are you doing today? So how does this help me? Oh, is this another item of weight that I can add? I think I could have just moved the sofa and put that on there. Or just, I don't know, done a really big poo or something. But, you know, to each their own, I suppose. Oh. Hang on a minute. Some of those lights were white before. Why are they going red now? It's a bit dark. I might go check out this painting first. Anything in the painting? Can I jump out the window? No, but I can hear the rain. Okay. Was I supposed to remember which of those were white and which of them weren't? Because, if that's the case, I'm going to die. Oh, goodness. I don't like this. I think I've been gutted. Yes, I have. That was terrible. What a terrible, terrible shame. Oh. Darn it. Oh gosh, it's a sequence, isn't it? Am I supposed to open these in a specific order or something? Because I don't stand a chance. I suppose I'll just try going out the one that went red last. No? I think I might be horribly deadified again. Okay, I better get a pen and paper. Right, I've got 3 of them in. So what happens if I go through this one first, and if this is the first one to come up? Am I just supposed to open them in a... No, I can't open them in a specific order. That would be silly, surely. Oh, I see! Telling you the order to go in. Except I didn't remember what the second one was. No, I did. I did write down the second one. The second one was the last one I got. So then I go through this one. Oh, would you look at that? I know, just some kind of genius. Except for the fact that I only got the first one, the second one, and the last one. So I'm going to guess it was this one. Nope, it wasn't. I'm now having my genitals removed viciously by the large gaping maw of a fish in the abyss. Excellent. I have it in my brain. By which I mean I wrote it down on a piece of paper because my short-term memory is not that long. Right, then it should be this one, as it was before. Voila. Now it's this one. Now it is this one. And then number 5. Number 6. Number 7. And a lovely, juicy, delicious, victorious number 8. What's the tense music? Am I supposed to be running away from something? What are these? Massive cigars? I think they might be, actually. There is something in the darkness. Is it you? Is it something else? What does that even mean? I keep telling myself that this is nonsense, and that it is all in my head, but nothing seems to help. Regardless, I know the rules. Stick with them, and I'll be fine. Stay in the light. Don't stop moving. I can't let it find me. I've never felt so scared. So alone. Okay, so I have like a... Oh, flashlight. Okay. So is the idea to run from one light source to another? Like that? Okay, we had a puzzle like this in Skyrim once. I remember. That looks like there's a blockage there, but I'm going to have to try anyway. Okay, finally, a musical piece of music I actually recognise. That's lovely, but at the same time it's really rather creepy. Which one am I supposed to go? I'm going to guess this one. I'm going to run for my little life. Ah, we did it. The question is, where the heck are we going now? Towards those? Those don't look very good to me. I guess I have no alternative. Oh goodness, that's a wall. That was a really dumb idea. Let me run away from this very quickly. My heart is getting faster and faster every single time I do that. Lovely stuff. Okay, so there's nothing else around here. I was supposed to go back the way I came, but that doesn't seem very fun. Let me try going this way. Door? Gate? Oh goodness, this is going, swimmingly. Spiffing. Totally spiffing. Where am I now? Oh, I'm back here again? Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, let me just have a quick mosey on back here for a minute. Right. Hush, 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 before you give me another copyright strike. This is all the stuff that's falling down. Yes, I heard it last time. Pianos falling down on people's heads. I get it. There is a light over there, but it seemed like there was a gate that was stopping me. Let me see what's over here. See if there's any possible opportunity for progression. No, unless I'm supposed to jump on these boxes and then jump over the gate. There's no chance. Right. We have another try. Where am I? I'm back here again. Oh, that's convenient. So that would imply that this is the next place to go. Because this is... Oh, I should have tried just, you know, putting my hand down, opening the frickin' gate. This is the problem with puzzles and games. They have a tendency to make you start thinking in such an abstract way that you forget the really simple solutions to stuff, like open the gate with your arm. But, oh... I'm doomed. Am I dead? Has the darkness taken me? Taken me where? I don't know. To dinner, hopefully. I'm very hungry. That's nice. It's a nice piece of music. Reminds me of the Commonwealth. Supposed to be doing anything? Seriously? Am I literally just supposed to stand here and listen to the nice music? Or am I actually supposed to be doing something? Or is the game just utterly broken? There's the light. There's the light. Do I need to do it in one run? Is that the idea? Was I not quick enough the first time? No, we just end up here again. I am... Oh, great. I've now managed to get myself stuck inside of a gate. Truly, truly wonderful. Truly, truly marvellous. Truly rural, for crying out loud. Right, I suppose we'll have another frickin' go. Why? Oh, I don't know. I haven't got anything better to do this evening. That is literally the most direct I could possibly be. There is no way that I can reach that door. Right. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Vile Matter. Okay, do you know what, do you know what the shtick was? The shtick of this whole shindig that we were doing? So, I thought I was doing something wrong, because we were getting stuck into this empty, dark void, and I was moving my mouse around, and I couldn't see anything, and I was moving backwards and forwards, and left and right, and moving around, trying to see if I could figure out what was going on. I thought maybe the game had broken, so I went online for a walkthrough, and that wasn't very useful, because, in fact, it wasn't very useful at all, because it just said, run, get to the door, and then walk through the door, which isn't very helpful. So congratulations to the person who wrote that walkthrough. You didn't help at all. And then I watched somebody else's video, because yeah, I don't have any standards, it would seem. But yeah, I had to use somebody else's video to figure out what under the sun you're supposed to do. And what you're supposed to do is realise that this empty, black, meaningless, useless void, right, what this actually is just a black wall, and what you're supposed to do is turn 180 degrees to this shadow and then let this door open for you. That's what you're supposed to do. Because that makes sense, doesn't it? Because, you know, the last 4 or 5 puzzles that we've had have made sense and all been logical and had proper solutions to them, unlike all the other really awful puzzle games that I've played before, which have not had any proper solutions. They've always had contrived, arbitrary, exogenous solutions that don't make any sense. All the previous puzzles in this game were really good, and I was actually really starting to like it and thinking, wow, is this actually a good puzzle horror game that I can actually enjoy and throw praise on? Nearly. It nearly is, but this, I would just like to preface that this bit here is absolutely thoroughly moronic. Okay? This is really, really stupid. And I can say that in the confidence that at least one other person on Earth thinks much the same as me. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Let's get on with it, shall we? Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Vile Matter. That cheesed me off so much that I had to stop recording, delete the entire game, and then only about 3 days later did I actually summon the courage to come back. But the beginning of this game was decent. The beginning of this game was good. The beginning of this game was genuinely impressive and a much better example of a puzzle game than I've ever seen before in a horror setting. So I wanted to give it another chance. One more chance to be a bit better. One more chance to actually be decent. What? Oh no, straight back into another puzzle. Okay. This has got plenty of colours on it. Is there any way I could figure this out? So we've got 3 different colours, right? We've got red, yellow, and blue, and we also have black. We have white as well, my mistake. So what can I use this on? Wait, not that. What can I... Whoa, 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 whoa. Chill there, buckaroony. So I can just do that at any moment. Right. Okay, so it's not something specific that I use it on. So the question is, where do I stand to use that? Can I turn this thing off? Oh, well, never mind. I don't know why I'm bothered about copyright strikes, because it doesn't matter. Because... it doesn't matter, it just means that the money, instead of it going to YouTube, it goes to the owners of the music. So it doesn't really matter, it's just more of like a, you know, what's the word I'm thinking of? Ideological, what's the word? Principle, it's the principle of the thing that matters. I had a dream about a lighthouse, a glowing beacon of respite calling from the distance. It was a channel that didn't make me want to scream. I tried to run to it, but I couldn't read. But the whole world turned to tar beneath my feet, pulling me in like quicksand as the flare in my hand spewed out its final sanctuary of embers, leaving me consumed by the darkness. I woke up drenched in a cold sweat, clenching these blank sheets of paper in my hand. I know that these letters are important. I don't yet know how. I just have to keep moving and continue to search for a light in darkness. Okay, that's not massively helpful, mate. Speaking of things that are massively helpful, there's not a lot around here that's actually helping me figure out what this colour puzzle is. There's got to be something to do with this. Let me read all of this. Don't flush sanitary napkins in the toilet. Don't something... toilet roll with wet hands. Flush the toilet after use. Use bins to discard waste. Do not spill water on the floor. Why did you capitalise spill? Do not use mobile phone inside cubicle. Why not? Do not squat on the toilet seat. Wipe toilet seat after use. There's something I've never heard of before. Please keep clean. Don't gossip. Keep the water tap. Close the water tap after use. Don't spill anything on the vanity counter. Wash hands with soap and water. Dry hands thoroughly. Do not vandalise the facility. Switch off lights when not required. Use bins to discard waste. Oh, there's another note. There's another note. What does this say? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Here comes the killer croc. It just goes on and on and on. There's a song that goes like that, isn't there? But I can't think of what it is. Probably too modern for my tastes. The first time I was here, I sat on this bench and watched this clock for what felt like hours. Surely you knew it was hours because you were looking at a clock, for crying out loud, or are you just really, really stupid? I thought I was going to lose my mind. No matter how long I sat and stared, it continued to tick. Yeah, clocks have a tendency to do that. Yet the hands never moved. Not once. Just tick, tick, tick. Each tick, another nail being driven into my brain. There's another analogy in there about my channel, but never mind. Last time I was here, I ripped it off the wall and smashed it into the ground, and still it ticked. Well, that's Swiss engineering for you. Now I'm here again, and here it is again. Pristine. Waiting. Ticking. I decided to wait for you before writing this, wondering which would come first. You, silence, or my insanity. The clock is still ticking, and you never came. So what does that mean? Probably that you're not very good at sex, but never mind. Seriously, how can you always seem so close, yet still be so far away? Truth be told, I want you to exist. Just grab me, shake me, punch me, anything, because I'm a masochist, apparently. Just to know that I'm not actually alone. I don't want to be alone anymore. Please, if you're reading this, end this, please. Yeah, I tried that, but something kept dragging me back. Can I climb into the fireplace? Yes, I literally can do that. I was not expecting the answer to that question to be yes. Okay. So, let me have a think. Give me a minute. I'll see what I can work out. See if I can get anything to make any sense. Oh. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. One of this, I'm able to paint the statues, because I noticed this one's orange and this one's purple, but these two are white. So maybe I can paint these. Yeah, I can paint them. Can I paint this chap? This fine, upstanding fellow. Let's paint him, I don't know, let's paint him blue. Why not? It's so cold in here that frankly I might be blue in a minute. Can I paint him? No, okay, I can't paint him. Can I paint the small ones? Presumably not, because there's no orange or purple paint that I'll be able to use to bring them back. No, okay, so it's just these two. So there must be some combination of colours that would be the right ones, okay? Yeah, makes sense? We've got 4 different colours. There needs to be some different combination of colours that's the correct one. And you'd think it would surely come from this. This has got lots of colour in it. No. Give us another minute. I'll try to not do this by trial and error. I'll try to work it out with my brain. Oh great, things just got infinitely more complicated. So it was red, and then I spray painted it blue, and then it became purple. Okay, that one's orange, and it's currently yellow, so maybe if I spray paint it red, it will go orange as well. Orange? Okay, I didn't do it by trial and error, I just did it by accident. Oh, that's why you can climb into the fireplace. Excuse me while I burn my groin. What says ye? This will be the last letter that I write, excluding those two, but never mind. I know exactly what is down this hall, and once I go through, there wouldn't be any point continuing. I do wonder if these letters will actually remain, or will they simply reset, just like everything else? Can anything remain? Is that how it works? What does it mean if they stay? If they're still here, did they make a difference? Did they actually change? I have to hold on to hope that they will. If you are, reading this, then I know that something is different. I won't know for how long. I won't know for sure how. I'm crying out loud. I won't know for sure how until I get past this point. That unknown will be a challenge for my future self to overcome. Until then, stay strong and I'll see you on the other side. Someday, sincerely, your past self. Oh. Okay. Was that just like reflective screens? And it was just like the reflection of the light? And it wasn't more notes? Probably. Oh, great. We're back here again. Mind you, props to the game, even though I deleted it, it actually remembered my my autosave. So when I came back to it, I didn't actually have to replay the entire thing, which was lovely. This is lovely. That's something, I suppose. Okay, so it's terribly dark, and for that I sincerely apologise. Excuse me? I have no idea what anyone's saying. There's voices, but I can't make out what they're saying, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, so presumably it's the same solutions before. Is this the... Did it work? Well, hang on. Did it work? Where are you? Did it work? Well, frankly, I have no idea. If your plan was to redecorate, then congratulations, you did that. Okay, and I also noticed while editing the first part that this was this like panel on the floor. There was something missing from the roof, but I never bothered looking up to see what it was. So, yeah, that was probably a precursor to all of this. But never mind, you can't have everything. Okay, so let me see if I can find anything else to drag around. Any of this stuff? Oh, something. Something. Tiny box. Tiny box. Tiny boxes. Still not enough. Oh, the chair's still here, for crying out loud. One obvious answer. Good, that's enough to get back in here. Okay, thank you for not just repeating the same two puzzles over again. That would have really gotten my nerves. Okay. So we're kind of doing PT, but we're also kind of not... Oh, goodness. I'm glad you find this so entertaining, man. Yeah, well, guess what? Screw you. I still have this written down from yesterday, or the day before, whenever I played this. Actually, no, I don't. I don't still have this written down. Hang on a minute. Is it the same sequence? Yeah. Ah, goodness gracious me. This is fun. I'm glad I came back to this, actually. This is actually kind of fun in its own way. Hi, fella! How's it going? How's it hanging? Anyway, no, I don't actually have this sequence written down from yesterday. I actually wrote it down while editing. Sorry! I've only just passed my driving test. Excuse me. I only passed my... Oh, screw you. Hang on a minute. I was going to say screw you. I can't tell which door is which. How am I even supposed to get in them? Do I even want to get in them? At this point, Oh, hi, fella. Hi, I'm gonna go down here. I don't know who you are or what you want, but I'm not interested in any demon spirit cookies. Hang on a minute. I don't know right. Oh, goodness, it doesn't let up, does it? Friend, no, don't go. I must go upon a treacherous quest for Oreos. I'd really like a flashlight. But mind you, it is nice to have a horror game where we don't have a flashlight for once in a blue moon. Oh good, this again. Wake up! I know, I skin that to myself every day before I go to work. Actually, that's a complete lie because I don't go to work every day. But you get the point. Don't go. Yeah, it's always been my experience when somebody is trying to convince you that heavily. Shut up, everything's going to be fine, be quiet. If someone's trying to convince you that heavily of something, they're probably talking a load of tripe. Just hold on to your diggity-darn horses for 2 seconds. What is going on? Right, okay, so there's something chasing me and it's blowing out the lights. So, Right, give us that. Let me find the other light. The good light. This is not the good light, this is the gone light. For goodness sake. Oh, hang on a minute. Am I being stupid? Am I supposed to be interpreting this in a slightly more literal fashion than I am? When you say don't go, do you literally mean don't go? Do you mean go back through one of the doors? Oh, okay, that's as dark as it was before. What would the third one be? The third one would be that one. Can I get through this door? No. No, I can't. Okay, right. Honestly. Bewitched, Bothered and Bewildered don't even begin to cover it. So is there somewhere else I'm supposed to be going? Am I supposed to be following these instructions where it says don't go? Is there somewhere else, some other light I'm supposed to follow? I'm not seeing one. Am I just supposed to... What does that say? Oh, that then says run. Yes, it's alright, I know, I'm dead. I've been here before. Okay, so I didn't realise it said run on the floor there. So what I think I need to do, possibly, is be as quick as I can, not turn the flare on at the wrong moment. Also, not call a flare a flashlight, as I did the first time around, so that was my own stupid fault. So when it says run, am I literally supposed to run straight for this wall, find the gate and run through? No, because there clearly isn't enough time for it. But let's also turn this down a bit, because that's shockingly loud. Right, okay. The one bit that I was glad about when I came back to this was at least that I wouldn't have to be redoing this particular puzzle, but it seems that I was a little bit tempting fate when I said they give us the thing. So where am I supposed to go instead? Way too from here, because I can't. When I get to that light, it's gone, it's dead, kaput, it's finished. There's nothing there. There's no safety for me there. So where am I supposed to go that's safe? Oh, this was a horrifying mistake. Right, give us a minute, I'll work this out. crying out loud. I finally figure it out by giving up and looking it up. I mean, it does kind of make logical sense. She's blowing out the... No, not like that, grow up. She's destroying the light over there, then she comes and does this one. So the logical progression, if you're trying to run away from her, is that you need to go this way. You need to go back the way you've come. Yes, I looked it up, but it at least makes some logical sense, even if it's not wholeheartedly... give the accursed thing. If it's not wholeheartedly, you know, something. I don't know. Am I supposed to get another one over there? I think I'm supposed to get another one over there, right, literally right here. I don't know if there will be any more here, but there might be. That might shorten my journey ever so slightly. Okay, I'll get this done. Give us a second. Yeah, this looks about right. I had the flare in my hand and it were going off, mate. You, Mr. Darkness jumping, face eating, progress destroying, infuriating, infusing, annoyance inducing person, need to learn that if somebody has their flare out and they have lit it and they have a burning stick in their hand, that is not your cue to rip their face off. That is your cue to screw up and admit that you're a miserable failure. It's very difficult to go in a straight line at this bit because it's so dark. You may have picked that up a bit. See what I mean? See what I mean? I have the freaking light. I have the freaking light. Thank you. Crying out loud. This is proving to be more taxing than I thought. Oh. Sneakily shortcut? Then what precisely would you like me to do? Would you like me to give you my firstborn? Would you like me to tap dance while having a large jugular injury? What precisely would you like from me? Because at this point I haven't got a freaking clue. You know it's a bad situation when you have to look up the solution to a puzzle and even then you can't work it out. Finally. Absolutely, categorically, frickin' finally. Don't even get a nice ending. Okay, never mind. Okay, so that was Biomatter. It turns out the particulars of the solution to that bit is that you just have to be amazingly precise. You just have to fire your flare off at the very last second to give you the maximum amount of time you can have in order to get to that door, which is fine. Okay, so let me have a couple of constructive criticisms and a couple of constructive praises to this game, okay? First puzzle, with the weight that opens the door, honestly really good. Really like that. That was actually a really clever puzzle that I actually quite enjoyed doing, which is nice because I don't usually enjoy puzzles. And that's why at the beginning of this game I was actually really impressed and I was really hopeful, because normally if I see a game has the word puzzle anywhere in its description, I run the other way very, very quickly. But I was willing to give this one try just to see if it was actually going to be decent, because people seem to be praising it quite highly. So I gave it a try. First puzzle, very good. Second puzzle, a bit basic in terms of just moving balls around on podiums to wait for green light to turn up, but there's no problem with that. It's perfectly adequate. How that then gives you access to something else that you can then use to weigh that down. I don't know why you couldn't just use one of the big balls for that. Maybe they're too big to go through the door. I don't know. I didn't think to check that. Okay, and then the rest of it, really, really good, up until that whole, you get through the door, and then you're listening to the music and the sound of the ticking clock, and then you're expected to turn 180 degrees. That I find a bit asinine. It's just like it's just a bit stupid. I get the whole idea that we've had stuff changing behind us before, but we've never been expected to turn around. Up until that point, you have never been expected to turn around. At no point. There's never been any hint of that whatsoever. So I personally think that's just it's a bit sort of sudden. Like, if you're going to suddenly change a mechanic or expect the player to do something different, you kind of have to give them some kind of a clue in order to tell them that that's coming up, so that it's not just a thoroughly foreign idea all of a sudden. Like, if you had a chef and you said, make me ham sandwiches every day for months, and then all of a sudden you said, stop making ham sandwiches and start making chicken salads, all of a sudden he'd be a bit shocked. But if you say a week in advance, hey, next week I'm going to need you to do something a bit different, he's going to be much better prepared. Even if you don't specifically tell him that you're moving from ham sandwiches to chicken salads, it's good if you just give him a wee bit of warning so that your tea party isn't screwed. But anyway, that's beside the point. The thing about the bathrooms is the idea of that you need to interact with these statues. That's kind of clever because that's subtle. I didn't actually realise that until I noticed the painted statues by the fireplace. So that was nice. I enjoyed that. That was good. I'm still not entirely sure on the particulars of how the colours work, and I don't know if that picture of like the bathroom etiquette thing with all the colours on it, I don't know if that was meant to be a red herring. If it wasn't meant to be a red herring, then it was slightly annoying to have all those colours there but then be all meaningless. If it was meant to be a red herring, that's fine. But anyway, the final puzzle, or actually no, the second run through when you're in like the office with all the blood everywhere, and then you're going down that corridor again, and then all the weird changes happen, that I really did like, because I despise the PT format, alright? I've talked for lengthy times, probably, before about why I dislike the PT format. So I was not enthused when I saw that the environment was being repeated again, but when you change it that much, and you're only repeating it once, that much I liked. Because the problem with the PT format is that it's used again and again and again and again, and such minute changes occur that it just seems pointless. But this time we only went through the same environment twice instead of about 15 times, and it changed massively in between those two times. It was almost like two completely different environments. So that was nice. I don't have any problem with that. That's how the PT format should be done properly. So no problems with that whatsoever. My only problem is the slight finickiness of the end. The idea that you have to turn around and run backwards, okay, we've had the primer. Admittedly, we didn't have a primer for our primer, but the primer of having to turn around in order to get access to the room with the statues and the bathrooms and the clock and the music, that acts as like a primer that you should turn around there. I should have realised that turning around was... Isn't that just indicative of my life? That's fine, seriously, I don't care. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes. So the fact that you have to turn around there, the fact that that screaming woman seems to be getting closer to you, getting back through the idea, and the fact that the gate is then gone, that's fine. That was just me being a bit sort of worn out from the entire experience, and through everything else that's going on at the minute, that I didn't realise that. So no problems with that whatsoever. I'm not entirely enthused about the idea of it having to be really precise, like a really precise calculation of having to count like a specific number of seconds after you get out of the light to then turn your flare on. That I find a little tiny bit irritating, because that kind of breaks like the pacing a bit, and you end up having to repeat the same thing over and over again. And clearly, if it's a puzzle and you have to repeat it, that's not a problem. But when it's meant to be like a scary chase sequence, having to then repeat it kind of kills the horror element a bit. So that just kind of tiny bit detracted, is what I'm trying to say, away from the horror element at the end. So that was a bit of a pain, but don't worry about that. My only other minor criticism of the game is that it has a bummer ending. Like, it was clearly trying to build up a kind of cool story with the notes, how you didn't know who it was that it was talking to you at first, and then it revealed that it was a past self of yours, and then you're replaying the environment again. It builds up that story very nicely, okay? It does that very well. And then at the end, it seems like you finally escape and you wake up from a coma, I'm guessing is the idea. But then all you get is like a moment's fuzzy screen of a hospital bed. I don't know, if there'd just been a tiny bit more there, that could have just meant like the story was tied up in a nice bow, rather than being kind of wrapped in a kind of a half-assed way. But other than that, and that is a relatively minor critique, but in terms of how the game was built very well. Most of the puzzles were good. I've had my qualms about some of the puzzles, but most of the puzzles were good. So if if I had to put like Vile Matter on a spectrum of absolutely atrocious puzzle horror game and actually pretty good puzzle horror game, it would be a lot closer to the good than the bad, because it is good. It genuinely is good. It just has a couple of nagging points that kind of detract from the experience a bit. But no game is perfect, and I never expect a game to be perfect. But hopefully some of those constructive criticisms made a bit of sense, and hopefully they were constructive. And I'm glad that I came back into it, because I'm glad I got to the end of that, and I did get to see all of it. And I'm also glad because that means I can actually make a video, because I've been having a terrible time actually getting anything up recently, but never mind. Anyway, that is the end of Vile Matter. I don't know how long this video will be, so it may be a standalone, it may be chucked in with something else. So however the video works, I hope you've enjoyed whatever you have seen. If you go on to see more, I hope you enjoy that. Whatever you go on to do with your life, I hope you enjoy it. I don't know why I bother saying these things, because nobody ever watches this far into the video, but who cares? Good night.